Hello and welcome back to another episode of How To with Melissa's Magical Creations. Now today is a little dedication to a couple of my coworkers who are kind of stressed. Not only stressed, but a lot of things. It's like, with this being leap year and today is the 28th, tomorrow's the 29th of February, a lot of things are happening to a lot of people. So this is to help not only with helping you de-stress, relax, ground yourself, center yourself, even love yourself during everything that could be going on. This in the creation of it and with what you will do as you make it, it's something that's beautiful for you. And I'm going to tell you, of course, my handy dandy wooden wick. I've already created one. And I'm saying create for a reason. I create candles. I don't just make candles because I create what I want the outcome to be. So my wooden wick that I showed you last time, but the glass for the candle itself came from the Dollar Tree. Honestly, you can find wonderful things at the Dollar Tree. I go at least twice a week so that I am able to see what other glass items or even frames, things like that. Every single time that I create something and I have gotten some or all of the, I guess, not ingredients, but supplies from the Dollar Tree, I will let you know. But honestly, $1 is a very nice thick glass too. As you can see, it's thick by the rim. This is how the glass is. It's nice and heavy. So this is what I am making this candle from. With. This is an amethyst stone. Amethyst helps create peace, self-peace, peace for yourself, peace within yourself, peace within a house, a family. It helps de-stress. And with this, I will be adding the scent that I like. Now, the scent that I used before was, for the candle I just made, for the crystal, I used rose quartz, which is for self-love. That and the scent was brown sugar sweet. And then the scent I'm going to use for this, because you don't always have to have soft and soothing or I guess natural or nature scents. You can use something that appeals to you, that brings back memories for you, things that are beautiful for you in your past. You might want to recall them. For the piece, the amethyst candle, I'm going to be using McIntosh Apple. So when I burn the two candles, I'm going to burn them together with the McIntosh Apple and then the brown sugar sweet. It'll kind of give the aroma of a fresh apple pie. So I'm going to now I put the amethyst inside because I want it to be in the candle itself while it's burning to give off the vibration, give off that peace. So I'm going to add, I have my candle wax, my soy, already melted. I used 3 cups for this. So 3 cups of 3 cups of the soy wax, and it's melted. for this, because I want to draw the peace to me, into my home, into my family, I'm going to stir clockwise. And I'm going to add the McIntosh Apple. This is going to bring peace into my home, into my life, into my family. Respect. Also speak out what you want as you're creating this. So peace within my home, within myself, within my family, between everyone in my family. Respect for myself, respect for everyone in my family, within each other, and for each other, and then for themselves. You just stop adding the scent when it gets to what you like, the smell you want. So I'm just going to add a little more. Now for this, I thought about this because I have a coworker. Her name is Dawn, and Dawn Griffin. I actually went to school with her older sisters, and I know she looked familiar to me, but I couldn't place her. And that's because, you know how if you have people that you go to school with, or people in your own peer group, any little kid that might be hanging around, or you might see, or might be related, you don't want them bothering you because they're the little kid. But she's a really nice person. She was kind of stressed out today. So that made me think of making a candle. So Dawn, this is for you, to create it yourself, because you can put what you want, your intentions, into your creation of your candle. So as this is being stirred, like I said, clockwise, just see what you want. Speak what you want: peace, love, joy, within the house, within the family, within your life, between you and the other members of your family, of your household. That way you don't have anything to worry about. Now, if you have other things you want to add, then add that. So I'm just going to add a couple more things. Now I have the oils, of course, from M. Rain and from her son, Montario Hampton. But I also have an oil that I purchased from LaShonda Edwards. And I'm going to put her link up on this. I'm going to put all three of their links up in case you ever want to go onto their websites and order anything, product or service, anything from them. They're awesome individuals. So, and actually LaShonda has her own YouTube channel. It is the Charming Goddess. She's wonderful. Like, oh my goodness. So I really do suggest taking a peek, even if just taking a peek at her website. But she's an awesome person. Let's see, and I'm going to put some things in here because I want to make sure that my family sees within themselves what I tried to teach them all of their lives, especially my children, all of their lives, that you are an impenetrable defense. We are a family, which means we are to always respect and love each other. We are always supposed to have peace amongst ourselves, within ourselves, and hopefully this works. That any strife gets resolved quickly. Respect, love, like being cloaked in darkness. so that nothing from the outside can get in. That would be an impenetrable defense too. Abundant in everything that you do, especially if you're in school and you have children, you want that. You don't want them to have to struggle while they're doing their studies, they're doing their homework, trying to do well. You want to make sure that everything works out for their good. If they have a job, if they work after school, if you are working, if it's someone who recently graduated and they're working, you want to make sure that they're successful. Nothing is hindering them, their ability to, or even yourself, your ability to get raises. You don't want to have to stress about it. You want to make sure that it's nothing but peace. When you walk into your house, that's supposed to be your foundation. That's supposed to be your fortress of solitude. I guess, for lack of better reference, Superman. But honestly, you should always know that this is where you're safe. Even, a lot of people, like I said, Superman just now, a lot of people, maybe the good guys weren't your thing. Maybe you were into Marvel and, Superman is DC. I personally am Marvel fan. But honestly, there are just, things that you can do to make sure, and everything, it's the spoken word. If you are creating, then create what you need for yourself. And make sure everything is revealed, whatever the issue is, so that you are able to resolve it quickly. You don't want strife in your house. You want all the doors open to you and your children so that everyone has success mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. And being a parent, you want your children to obey you, not obey like slaves, but you want to know that if you give your child a directive, a chore, some responsibilities, they will carry it out with no problem, without strife. You don't want strife in your home. You don't want stress in your home. And you don't want anyone to have the ability to walk into your home and bring that with them. So I'm just talking. While I'm speaking, I am holding the wax because as I am speaking, this is what I need for my house. Like really. I need this to occur every single time I light this candle. I will also show you the other candle that is starting to set for the love. So I need love and peace and harmony for my household. I do. For my family, for my children. So I do need a little more apple because I want to make sure that it smells delicious. Can't use too much though because I gotta whip up some shea butter for my pastor. He's an awesome, awesome guy. And he and his wife, who is also an awesome, awesome pastor. And I don't really vouch for too many pastors because a lot of them are just for show. These two is like a dynamic duo. What you see with them is what you get. They live, and I don't see this very often either in anyone, but they live what they speak about, what they are teaching other people, which I think is very admirable because you don't really see that, especially people who are religious. I don't believe in religion. I believe in a relationship, and with whatever you believe, whichever way you go, have a relationship. A person can tell can tell you all day long they know me, but they probably just know of me, which is a big difference. And I think that's a belief system too. But pastors David and Cheryl Brown, they are the leaders of Chosen for His Glory Ministries in Struthers, Ohio. I got a little inbox and Pastor David said he needed some shea butter. So I'm going to whip some up for him. And he told me what kind of scents he wants. Gotta make sure he gets it because he's an awesome person. But I've got my wax all mixed. Smells wonderful. And I'm going to pour this. And while I'm pouring, I'm going to do the same thing. Peace, joy, no stress, harmony, love within this household, within the members of this household, within my children. All of this respect for each other, respect for themselves. Alrighty. I'm going to let that set for a minute before I move it. My table's a little off balance because I got a dog who was teething and decided that this table was going to be their chew toy. So of course it's a little off balance, but it's cool getting a new table. So this is what I do most of my things with. So I'm going to wipe this out because of course this is candle wax and you cannot wash it like you would a regular dish. So you just wipe it out really well. Even with the scents, as you're wiping it out and it's still warm, it hasn't set, you can get that out. So, let's see. Okay. Perfect. And then just in case I had anything extra, my little catch-all, but it was a perfect setup. So there was nothing left over. So let's see. This is what it looks like so far. And let me move this out of the way. All right, so this is what it looks like. And I did get a little on the table, but it's okay. Not worried about it. This is what it looks like before setting. And, you know, it's not a problem. It won't take long to set. Before I did this video, I had already created the self-love with the rose quartz. And that was literally 20 minutes ago. And it's already at this point. So it's really nice and cloudy. As you can see, it looks a lot different than this, even though this is starting to get a little cloudy. But this is starting to get some density to it, which means it won't be long. Might be maybe an hour, hour and a half. And I can set it where I need it to set. Just until, you know, I put it where it's going to sit permanently for when I start burning them. But this is what it is. My amethyst is sitting there. When I burn certain candles, which would be these kinds of candles, like my money candle I created before with you, what I do is I put the crystals inside of the candles before I pour the wax, so that as it's burning, everything that I spoke while I was stirring the different oils into the melted wax before the pour, it's in that wax. Then as I pour, I also speak. So it's going and it's covering and it's surrounding that crystal. The crystal already has its own vibration. Science has proven crystals have vibrations for different things, just like certain plants and herbs do different things, especially with the aromatherapy. But with this, when it's burned off, as you burn your candle and it burns down and the wax dissipates, the crystal is there, it's left. You take that crystal out, you carry it with you for whatever it is that you need it to do, whatever it was put into your candle for before the pour. You carry it with you, and every now and then you rub it. Like people have the worry beads. You just rub it. Like, oh, I need this. Okay, I'm a little stressed. Let me just rub this amethyst, or the rose quartz in the self-love candle. Same thing. And with different things, you can add colors to it. A lot of times I don't, unless it's for a customer, because I just don't need to. But for a customer, sometimes they want the color to go with it. So if this was for a customer, then I would have made this one a lavender color, a light lavender. The one for the self-love, I would have made a pale pink to almost go with the crystal inside. But because it's for my house, I don't need it. I just know what it is because I'll smell it. I'll know what it is. And then also, probably after it's set completely, I'll be able to see the bottom and see what crystal is in what. I will cut the wicks down because, as you saw, they were really long. I will cut them down after it's set because I wasn't quite sure how deep I was going to pour. So I did do this pretty deeply. So I will be able to cut it. I'll probably cut it maybe 1/4 of an inch up from where the wax is. But everything has been completed. And the next video I'm going to do, which will be soon, probably about in an hour, I do have to make sure everyone ate in the house, ate dinner. And I'm also making some homemade macaroni and cheese. I'm using 8 cheeses because I have a potluck at work tomorrow. So I've got to shred the cheese. That's funny. But my son was supposed to do that, but I guess he got sleepy and snuck off. He doesn't know I'm going to wake him up so he can help me shred the cheese. But I will see you later, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day or evening, depending on when you're watching this. I want you to be blessed, be happy, be filled with joy. Also, be healthy, be wise, and until next time, have a wonderful day.